Deep and Wide, take one. Deep and Wide actually started out with a dream, and in the dream I found a book with the name William Cooper on it, and I had no idea who this man was. So I woke up and Googled the name William Cooper, and it turns out he was the man that wrote the famous hymn, "There is a fountain filled with blood."
There is a fountain filled with blood, drawn from the veins of grace. All sinners plunge beneath the flood, lose all their guilty stains.
So the whole idea behind the song is that there's a fountain, and that's how the song starts out. There's a fountain filled with blood, and it flows from Emmanuel's veins. And I love this verse: all sinners plunged beneath the flood, lose all their guilty stains. And it's honestly, this fountain is the work of redemption. It's the work of Jesus's blood. We get plunged underneath it, and this fountain is deep, it's wide, it can access the darkest parts in you. It can reach the widest from the east to the west, and really there's no stopping this fountain. And I think that that's a real powerful imagery of the song.
Deep and wide, deep and wide, there's a fountain flowing deep and wide, and it's coming from the heart of God. There's a fountain flowing deep and wide.
One thing reading about this man's life that I had no idea who he was, it turns out he had depression most of his life. He had failed relationships. He had people that he loved pass away, and he was never really able to overcome it. And so he was constantly thrown into these really deep, dark rounds of depression and suicide. His whole life he struggled with suicide, and someone came and actually took him under his wing and said, "William, I just want you to start writing hymns. You have to get your mind set on something that is good and something that is pure." And so he had him start writing hymns. And so out of his darkest place, he was still able to write a hymn called "There's a Fountain Filled with Blood." Out of the revelation of Jesus's love came these glimpses of freedom for him. And so that just really encouraged me. Even when I had the dream, I was actually going through a lot of similar things. I really felt depressed, and I felt like there was this gloom over me. And so it just showed me that, man, if he can struggle with this and still say proudly, there's a fountain filled with blood and it's flowing deep and wide, I'm there's hope for me. There's hope for everybody.
Straight from your heart to mine, straight from your heart to mine.